Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Moon, Serena here, and me, Sail Pluto, Sail Underreal Trista here. And today we're going to talk about, the gatekeeping in the Sailor Moon followership, because every followership or fandom has gatekeeping, or followerdom has it. Folks who, you know, are picky, folks who want everyone to say and do everything the way it happened in the show or the drawing show or the drawing film or whatever. Well, what these folks don't understand is that canon or whatever or how it was shifts all the time. And the drawing show and the drawing film, things that are said or done shift all the time too. The way things are said or done in the drawing show, the drawing film, are not the same way they're handled in the funny books or the drawing books, whatever, and not the way they were handled in the live show or in the plays. Each one has their own, world and what did or did not happen. And I can say and do things that did or did not happen in the show or whatever. Folks that like to say that's folks that like to gatekeep and say that, folks who like to follow an oversight, which isn't a thing. Yeah, there are folks in the Sailor Moon followership who believe in only girls or women can be sailor fighters or sailor keepers or sailor wardens. They believe this oversight and they think they can tell you to follow it. You bring a new self in, like with Ernest P. Worrell as Sailor Earth or Snoop Dogg as Sailor Sun, and you have to have someone, that says something like, "Oh, that's a slide on Nako Takaguchi." You have to follow this oversight. First off, I don't have to follow the oversight. And two, the oversight's not even a thing. You say she said it, but why isn't there's no films on Euro or whatever, and no whiffs on any website that says she's saying it? So, telling folks they have to follow a made-up oversight, is dumb. Oh, yeah, Sailor Moon, here's some other things. Telling you that when you spent time talking about a self, or a might, or something that happened, and telling you didn't do enough learning. Yeah, like let's say we talk about the Kaisertum Silverhurst, and how we believe it's mighty. And then we talk about, foes that wanted it, like Queen Beryl, why she wanted it, or why the wise men wanted it. We talk about it, and then someone will say, you didn't do enough learning. To gatekeep us and say that we didn't do enough learning because A, we didn't have no clips or, of the show, or B, no drawings to tell you while we were giving our thoughts on this, doesn't mean we didn't do enough learning. That is also gatekeeping as well. Telling us that we are besmirching the show, or besmirching the drawing show or the drawing film, or the play, or the books out there. Once again, that is just dumb gatekeeping too. Yeah, our take on Sailor Moon most likely is not the take on Sailor Moon that Nako Takaguchi made, or Toei, or whatever. But I would like to think that Nako Takaguchi or Toei would have an open mind that not everyone's take on the show is the same as their take. Or gatekeeping and saying that someone is not a true Sailor Moon fan or follower, or lover because they grew up or watched a offshoot of Sailor Moon that you don't like. Yeah, saying that we're not a true Sailor Moon follower for liking the Deke Sailor Moon or the Pioneer Sailor Moon, that's just bullshit gatekeeping right there. It doesn't care which arm of Sailor Moon someone likes, the Deke one, the Cloverway Flash Pioneer or Pathseeker one, the Renaissance Atlantic Entertainment or New Birth Great Sea one, or even the Viz one. You know? Yeah, you're right about that, Sailor Pluto, Sailor Underworld Trista. I mean, the gatekeeping in the Sailor Moon followership, or whatever you want to call it, is dumb. There's no need for it. And a lot of folks should be grown up enough to either look our take on Sailor Moon or be open minded about it. Alright, give this film a like, share and playlist it, and we'll see you later.